You know, I know Shelly Finkel's done a couple interviews, sent a couple emails to people, and has mentioned he got the signed contract with only your signature. He said it's a worse contract. I think Steven Espinoza said he saw the contract. Frank Warren said he saw. Like, everybody has seen the contract.
So, firstly, Joshua doesn't sign contracts. I own Joshua's promotional rights. So he has never, like, unless it's a addendum to a pay-per-view contract, where like that contract has never had Anthony Joshua. It's had Matchroom Sport. So I have signed the contract on behalf of my client, which is how it works. And Shelley knows that, by the way. But it's just because Anthony came out and said, well, I've signed the contract.
Right.
Shelley's like, oh, I'm going to pick up on that. It's like, fucking hell. It's like...
To be fair, in your defense, I will say that I've seen other, like you said, that's how it works. I mean, most fighters, they don't actually sign a contract until like the week of the fight. Sometimes the day of the fight.
That's a bout agreement.
Right.
Yeah. The POS, that contract is signed by the promotional company. So we've signed it. The contract is exactly the same as the first one we sent. The only changes are in relation to the timings of the Povetkin bout and stuff like that. And they wanted this rematch thing. We gave them the rematch clause, right? The points of the rematch clause. They wrote back and said, we accept these points, right? So when we put in the contract, they went, oh, hang on a minute, we want a rematch as well. I said, yeah, but you've just accepted that. It says quite clearly, Anthony Joshua gets a rematch, and then they wanted one for a draw and stuff like that. So it was like, anyway, we've signed that contract. That contract is live until we put a deadline of, I think it was 22nd of September, which is like the week before the Povetkin. No, sorry, 15th of September, which is about the week before the Povetkin fight. But I also said in the email, if you've got any comments or any points to discuss, please come back to me. I'm not saying sign that or don't ever talk to me again. I'm saying sign it and you've got the fight. But if you want to talk about something, like, we're not saying no, we're not talking about anything. But then I sent him an email last week saying I want to offer you $5 million to fight Chisora in the UK or $7 million to fight White in the US. And Shelley gave a really strange interview where he said, oh yeah, me and Deontay got that offer and we just started laughing. It's like, well, were you laughing when you got paid $3 million to fight Ortiz or less? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's like Wilder's been like warped into this cult where any form of common sense or anything that I tell him is laughed at, and it's a joke. Like, don't be ridiculous. Like, at what point is $5 million to fight Chisora or $7 million to fight White in your backyard a joke? Like, I don't know what.
The thing about the negotiations for Wilder and Joshua and even Wilder Fury, I think a lot of people are missing the way that works when you guys do pay-per-view. I mean, you have pay-per-view in the UK and you have pay-per-view in the US. And when you negotiate a fight, you have to figure out the splits, who's getting what, and this, that, and the other. Did you guys even, like, did it even come to that point when...
No, because we made a flat offer.
Right.
Which, the first offer was a flat offer, which they didn't like.
But I'm assuming that flat offer, that was just contingent on the fight being on pay-per-view in the UK.
No, it was... well,
they were wanting to do it.
The problem is we wanted the fight in the UK, right?
Of course.
So then, that really diminishes the US pay-per-view, because it would be coming back at 5 o'clock Eastern, right?
Okay.
So it probably turns a pay-per-view from 700,000 or 800,000 to 200,000 or 300,000, right? So then I said, well, DAZN will give us a guarantee of some strong numbers where we don't have to take a risk on US buyers. So in the end, I made them a flat offer, buyout, to Deontay Wilder, which he accepted. Much easier that way, because then we can control the fight and et cetera, et cetera. So, but then, that was back then, contract went over, no comments, and we know the rest is history. So I'm hearing that Wilder doesn't want to fight in December. Wilder wants to fight in November because he wants to prepare for Joshua in April, which is music to our ears. But
is it though? Is it? I mean,
well,
he said.
I know.
He said we got to start over with negotiations. It's going to be 50-50.
I think he's gonna. Once he comes out of the cult, do you know what I mean? Out of that, like, Deontay, look into my eyes. You must believe everything I say.
Sure.
and starts actually sitting down and thinking, hang on a minute, like if I can beat Joshua, I'll make over $50 million in 2 fights.
Wow.
Like, people just, that's why I say, like, how can you laugh about 5 million for Chisora or 7 million for White when you're making 2.5,
right.
3 against Ortiz? Like, it's not as if it was a gimme. It was a fucking tough fight.
Yeah.
Chisora, no disrespect, I know he beat Takam, but like, Wilder should deal with him pretty convincingly. You know?
Sure.
We shall see.
Yeah.